Welcome to Good Day Chicago, 9 o'clock. Here's a look at some of the stories we're following this morning.
Lots to cover. We're going to go high-low. Obviously, it's Orange Friday as we get ready for a big game this weekend. But we do want to get to some harder stories as well. Another shooting involving federal agents as tensions grow across the nation. The details about the latest incident in Portland and the demand for answers in Minneapolis.
Volunteers are searching for a Chicago public school teacher who's now been missing for a week. We're going to be live as that search gets underway this morning.
The Bears are getting ready for their biggest game of the season, really in many seasons, right?
Sure.
We're talking to Sweet Lou Canellis about the wild card matchup between the Packers and the monsters of the Midway. And I gotta say, this is like
Big game, you need a candelabra. Bring it on.
You brought it for sure.
I thought Caitlin had the A+ outfit, and it's
She
still a
does.
winner, but that's passing.
Yes.
Oh, look at Soldier Field. Are we
Where's
ready?
it going down? Of course we're ready. But how's the weather going to be for people who are actually lucky enough to head to the game tomorrow, Caitlin?
Warm enough.
Okay.
Warm enough. Okay? Yeah, as long as you're dressed the right way, you'll be good to go. Talking about the temperatures, though, we have taken a hit since earlier this morning. 60 is our high for today, but this afternoon, we're going to be in the mid-40s. Right now, we're sitting at 41 degrees at the lakefront, O'Hare, and 42 from Midway to Chicago Heights. Upper 30s from Waukegan to Woodstock, where we still have a little bit of light rain coming down. So scattered light rain showers are possible early today, along with gusty winds. Right now, seeing those gusts at 44 miles per hour still in Gary, 32 miles per hour at O'Hare. Looking at our futurecast, again, this afternoon, drier skies, but temperatures only in the mid-40s. So it is going to be cooler today compared to where we were yesterday evening. It was fantastic feeling, but my goodness, we got hit with that rain. Luckily, we are going to have that break until early tomorrow when the chance for a rain-snow mix moves in at 6 a.m., but we're going to see that transition over to snow during the day. Luckily, minimal accumulation, if any, is expected, under an inch. Temperatures, though, are going to be in the 30s this weekend, and during the game time, right around 30 degrees, with the chance for a snowflake or two. And then the second half of the weekend, highs right around freezing. So for the Bears forecast, we're looking at around 33 degrees for kickoff, halftime 31, 28 at the final, so not terrible. Our futurecast, again, finally going to get in on some quiet weather this afternoon before that wet weather moves in tomorrow. So it is going to be a wintry kind of weekend. 7-day forecast. I mentioned freezing on Sunday. Well, Monday back to 43. So mild temperatures are going to be here to start off next week. 44 Tuesday, and then back down to the 30s by the middle of next week. Back to you.
Well, the family of a missing Chicago Public Schools teacher hopes a new clue will help bring her home.
So many people have been following this story all week. Roseanne is live as volunteers now kick off the new search efforts. Good morning, Roseanne.
Good morning. Yes, that new clue, that blue Honda Civic. Police found her car at 35th Street and Lake Park Avenue. Then they found video of Linda parking the car, walking away, and then never returning. So with this new information, it was time for a search, and friends are answering the call. The search is spread out. We saw 2 people on 31st Street Beach, which is considered a top priority area. But volunteers were also asked to be at Burnham Park and near the pedestrian bridge at 35th Street. There's an urgency. Linda Brown, a 53-year-old special education teacher in Bridgeport, has been missing 6 days. Her husband, Antoine, says she has faced mental health challenges in the past. A friend volunteering in today's search says Linda is a special person.
I know that she was very well respected as a teacher. I remember her telling me that she once went into a cafe and there was a table of former colleagues sitting there, and when she walked in, she said that they applauded her. And I know she was able to really have a good connection with her students. I know how much in love her and her husband were with each other, and like her bond with her sisters and nieces and nephews.
Now, once again, back live, the 31st Street Beach, we're told, is a priority area right here at the lake. Now, earlier, I mentioned to you that we also saw a Park District vehicle. I thought maybe it was involved in the search. They are not officially involved in the search, but they did say that everybody who works at the Park District, who regularly patrols this area, are well aware that this woman is missing. And so everyone is keeping an extra eye out for anything, any clues, anything that looks out of the ordinary. Again, the search covering a wide area on both sides of Lakeshore Drive near 31st Street, between here and 35th Street in Burnham Park this morning. Roseanne Tejas, Fox Chicago.
Thank you, Roseanne. We're following developments in another shooting involving federal immigration officers, this one in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, you know, so many people are like, wait, is this Minneapolis again? No, this is brand new. The Department of Homeland Security says Customs and Border Protection agents were stopping a vehicle allegedly carrying undocumented immigrants with suspected gang ties. And that's when the agency claims that the pair tried to run agents over. They were both shot and are in the hospital. Governor Tina Kotek is demanding answers.
And I am aligned with the mayor. The priority right now is a full, completed investigation, not more detentions.
This comes as protests in Minneapolis grow right now after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman named Renee Good, 37 years old. Agents say that she was trying to run them over. Witnesses in the area paint a very different picture.
And while that's happening in Portland, tensions in Minneapolis continue to grow this morning following another shooting involving federal authorities, with the Trump administration saying that the agent followed his training. But a number of local leaders are arguing against those claims. Our Connor Hansen joins us live in Minneapolis this morning with the latest. Connor?
Hi, Brian. We're standing on the block where that deadly shooting happened on Wednesday. Early this morning, we watched Minnesota police officers in full tactical gear come and clear out the street of debris and barriers that protesters had set up here. It's too soon to know if there will be more widespread protests like we saw last night.
That woman was there to interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation.
As the FBI continues its investigation, Vice President J.D. Vance says 37-year-old Renee Good's death is a tragedy of her own making, echoing the Department of Homeland Security, saying the ICE agent who shot and killed her Wednesday in Minneapolis did so out of self-defense. This comes after federal officials accuse Good of trying to slam her car into the officer.
That very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg.
But some local leaders in Minnesota say they don't fully buy the federal reports and are urging the thousands of ICE officers in the state to leave.
I will let those that want to push out false narratives, to slander or defame Renee Good, Minnesotans will tell her life story.
Vigils and calls for action are picking up steam nationwide.
Say her name! Renee Good!
Just one day after the incident in Minneapolis, the FBI was investigating another shooting Thursday in Portland, Oregon, where 2 people were injured. DHS says a Border Patrol agent also fired in self-defense after an alleged gang member tried to run them over before fleeing the scene.
And back here in Minneapolis, the mayor, Jacob Frey, has said he would hold a news conference in about an hour. Shortly after that, Governor Tim Walz wants there to be a moment of silence here. Brian?
All right, Connor, we'll be looking forward to the latest happening in Minneapolis. Thanks so much for your time. All right, time's now 9:08. Let's head back over to Anita and Mike.
Yeah, Brian, a federal judge in Chicago issuing a ruling that body cameras and use of force reports from ICE agents during Operation Midway Blitz, which was like August, September, October for us, can be released to the public.
However, those videos and documents are not available yet. Both need to have portions redacted for privacy concerns before they can be made available. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino and federal agents are accused of using tear gas and violence during the operation. Judge Ellis has given the government 4 months to produce the estimated 500 body cam recordings and numerous use of force reports.
A hearing was held in Pilsen focusing on how CPD interacts with federal immigration agencies. The hearing was prompted by more than 2,000 signatures and calls for district counselors demanding transparency and accountability. Under Illinois law and the Welcoming City Ordinance, Chicago police are prohibited from assisting federal agents with immigration enforcement. Residents got the chance to speak, though, directly to members of the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability.
I came here today because I thought that
that I was going to tell you about my experiences behind the discount mall on October 23rd and how I personally witnessed ICE and CBD collaborate. But I'm going to throw that away because some of you commissioners should be ashamed of yourselves.
Heated, as you could hear there. They also want another meeting with CPD Superintendent Larry Snelling and Mayor Johnson present in the room. No word yet if there will be another meeting with the two of them in attendance. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside in the nation's capital here. The U.S. Supreme Court has some big decisions to make. This morning, Supreme Court justices will kick off issuing rulings for the new year. One of the first topics that they talked about but did not issue a decision on, tariffs.
We've had a lot of discussions about that, right? Well, this case focuses on whether the president has the authority to impose tariffs under an emergency law that was passed nearly 50 years ago. Both legal and trade analysts say if the court rules that he doesn't have that power, the U.S. may be forced to refund more than $133.5 billion in tariffs to importers. The court could issue an opinion on the legality of President Trump's executive orders on birthright citizenship. We'll be following live and bring you the latest as soon as it happens.
All right, the Bears and the Packers meet in the playoffs tomorrow night for just the third time.
Yeah, but it's also their third meeting in about a month. Several Packers players, they're talking smack already. They made it known they want to play the Bears in the playoffs, including a guy that I do not want to see do that. That's him on the screen.
Yeah. Get past that.
Christian
Get past
Watson, tackle his,
That's what we want to see.
Well, he said they have a chance to end the Bears season, and that means a lot. Well, we'll see about that, number 9. We're going to talk to our very own Lou Canellis in just a few minutes about what he thinks the Bears need to do to bring home the playoff win.
We should have a mandate for only highlights that show us winning.
This is true, right? All right, well, of course, you can watch all the action tomorrow between the Packers and Bears right here at 7 p.m. on Fox Chicago. Our coverage begins bright and early with Bears Game Day live at 12:30. So make sure you stay with us on Fox Chicago. After we beat the Packers, we're going to have a full post-game coverage on your home of the Bears.
Okay, check this out, everybody. Ahead of their big game tomorrow. Oh, we love this. The Chicago Bears stopped by Advocate Children's Hospital in Park Ridge to bring some smiles to these patients and their families. The big guys with big hearts, right? Bears alum Spice Adams and Staley the Bear played some games and got some good luck charms from patients. Oh, so cute. Wonderful pictures. The Bears are also honoring their final Small Business All-Pro of the Year. So we're eating cheesecake early this morning.
This looks good over here in the corner right here. We're going to introduce you to the team behind Stewart's Cheesecakes. That's straight ahead.
At Postman Law, we
There have been a lot of games played there. This is going to be one of the biggest tomorrow night at Soldier Field.
Yes, for the third time in 6 weeks. It is Bears versus Packers. None bigger than Saturday right there on your screen at Soldier Field.
You know, both teams probably think they could have won both of the games this regular season. Lou Canellis joins us for Orange Friday festivities. All right, Staley was on the show earlier this morning.
What did Staley have to say?
Bears win.
Bears are going to win.
Sure, right?
I think it was 52-0. I'm not entirely sure.
I love it.
So, you're going to be following this game obviously closely. What's the atmosphere going to be like tomorrow?
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, honest to God, I wish I was there instead of in studio. Because as a Bears season ticket holder, I was just telling you before we went on that my wife's going out to the game. I gave her the tickets. You know, I could have picked up a couple of $1,000 for the tickets. And she's worried about the wind because Mike Kaplan said it's going to be 30-mile-per-hour winds. I think the atmosphere for this game will be as good an atmosphere as we have seen at Soldier Field, going all the way back to when they beat the Saints to get to the Super Bowl, all right, back in 2005, 2006. And I know that fans out there are saying, what about the NFC Championship against the Packers?
The double doink?
Yeah, or you're talking about the
Philadelphia
game.
Yeah, the Eagles.
I think that this is such a big game because Bears fans feel like this Bears team, with Caleb Williams and the defense coming up with its turnovers, has the opportunity to win and move on, because we've all been kind of caught up in drinking the Kool-Aid thinking, hey, every game the Bears win. 8 games came down to the final snap, folks. Yeah, for us old guys, I'm ready for a grabber here. And I think it's coming down to the last snap again on Saturday night, and the Bears have won 6 of them with Caleb Williams.
And on the other side, Jordan Love hasn't played since the Bears knocked him out of that game here at Soldier Field a couple of weeks ago. Reasonably, what can you expect from him? Any rust at all?
That's a great question. If you're asking me for a key to the game, Brian, that's one of those keys. How will Jordan Love come back off the time off because of the concussion? If he plays well and he's got Christian Watson, he's got most of his receivers back. He's got Josh Jacobs, his terrific running back. They've got Zach Tom, all right, on the offensive line back. He's got his offense back. And when Watson's on the football field, second best quarterback in the NFL. His quarterback rating was terrific. My worry is explosive plays. So Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator of the Bears, maybe plays more zone defense, keep the play in front of his defensive backs, so we don't see those explosive plays that we saw against the Packers during the regular season. Bears gave up more explosive plays this season than any team in football.
I brought this up so many times. I cannot stand seeing Watson going, 10 yards downfield. They throw underneath and then he turns it upfield for, 60-yard. I don't want to see that again.
It reminds me so many times of Aaron Rodgers throwing to, what's his name? The guy that was in, I can't even think of
Adams?
the name. Thank you.
Yes.
Devontae Adams. And anyway, I don't want to think about my nightmares.
What about the Packers? Are they going to be looking to hit somebody because of the fact that
Bring it on.
got knocked
Bring it
out?
on. Grady Jarrett said yesterday, guess what? Welcome to the NFL. And if you are going to play like that, looking for a shot to get back because you're unhappy that Austin Booker, and I still don't think it was a cheap shot.
No,
Austin Booker leveled Jordan Love, and Love suffered the concussion. Go for it. Because one of the worries is that the Bears keep it together at the start of the game. Don't get caught up in the euphoria of Bears fans at Soldier Field, because that place will be buzzing. And we saw what happened earlier when Booker had a couple of personal foul penalties on him.
A couple of personal fouls in that game.
Really put the Bears in a tough position. Green Bay wants to start the game like that. Go for it. I'll take the 15-yard penalty.
Bears offense started really slow. 2 out of their last 3.
It's a problem.
What's the key to getting off to a much better start?
Well, here's the key to the game. Really, the Bears need to run the football effectively. I think they have the best offensive line in football. What Ryan Poles did, rebuilding that offensive line, is the reason that the Bears are in this position in the playoffs.
2 Pro Bowlers.
Specifically,
Right up
guard
the middle,
to guard.
Yep.
All right, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, the center that they went out and got in free agency, and Joe Thuney, who brings playoff Super Bowl experience. The Bears need to run the football. If they run the football effectively, they will win this game. They will control the clock. They will have more plays offensively than the Packers do, and they will win this game. They will keep Jordan Love off the football field. They must run the football from the start.
Quigley, Kyler, Odunze?
Yeah,
Yes?
I mean,
No?
we're going to see. I think Kyler Gordon's going to be a huge help, even though he'll only play 25, 30 snaps. That's Lou saying that. That's not the coaches saying that. Rome
respect your
Odunze
opinion.
out there. I think Gordon's more important. You know, they've got a number of targets. Luther Burden's really stepped up with Odunze sitting out. Colston Loveland's
Tight ends have been huge.
the best tight end in football with Rome Odunze out. So it's good to have both back.
All right, looking forward. And you can watch all the action right here. Fox 32 Chicago, your home of the Bears. Kickoff 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Don't forget postgame as well. We have the game. Keep it right here on Fox. We'll have Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson inside the locker room as well.
Hopefully after a Bears win. All right, we'll be right back.
Who's the celebrity?
.23, we're back with more Orange Friday, everybody. The Chicago Bears and PNC Bank have named their final recipient for the 2025 Small Business All Pros program, Stewart's Cheesecake. So here to tell us all about the honor, the co-owners, Susan and Cameron Stewart, and PNC Business Banking Regional Manager, our pro, Sherry Jersa. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Sherry's been here with us many, many times before. I should really just give you this and let you do the interview. But let's start with you and how it feels to come to the end of a season where you all have really been a part of something magical.
It is so magical. That's the best way to describe it. We are so excited at PNC Bank for the game tomorrow, for the season, and we're also really excited to celebrate our 4th winner of the Chicago Bears Small Business All Pros campaign presented by PNC Bank. Across the Chicagoland area, all of our branches, all of our team members are wearing our blue and orange. We are bleeding blue and orange today.
Yes, so we want to see the whole
excited
city
to
do
be
it.
here.
Now we understand why you're in your, gear. Let's talk about Stewart's Cheesecake. How did it come to be, and how did it feel to have this honor?
This honor, it was amazing. We're always trying to get into the Chicago area, and this we're sure this is going to boost some sales and some cheesecakes going out into the city. So yeah, we're really happy to be here.
Yeah. We started this business, he started this business because his dad always made cheesecake, and he wanted that recipe, but his dad told him to find his own. And so he did, and he's been making cheesecakes for about 25 years, and 9 years ago we got married, and we said, wait a minute, we're going to 2 separate places. We want to be together more, so we decided to start, it started as a full-time business.
Yes.
And now here we are.
Tell us where we can find you, and what's special, I mean, other than the secret recipe, what's special about Stewart's Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Well, so what's special is I was looking for a cheesecake that tasted the way my dad made it, and I couldn't find it nowhere as an adult. So I asked him for his recipe. He said, start with the one in the cheesecake box, and I'm like, okay. So I did that, and I let him taste it, and he said, you know what? It's okay. So I figured that's all I was going to get from him. So I start messing around with different flavors, taking to different parties, family events, and I'm like, this is it. I have to do this. So I want people to taste cheesecake like it's meant to be tasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Dad. You know, my maternal grandmother was an amazing cook, and she never let anybody in the kitchen while she was cooking. So nobody knows her recipes. So I get it. I get it. It's a generational thing, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Where can we find you all?
Yeah, so we're online, of course. You can order on our website for pickup or delivery within 50 miles of Bloomingdale. We also are open on Wednesdays for just walk-ins. So if you just, hey, I need a cheesecake on a Wednesday, come on in. And then we're also in Woodman. 6 Woodmans in Illinois, 2 in Wisconsin, 6 Fresh Time here in Illinois. We're also in Food Shed Co-op, Prairie Food Co-op, a couple restaurants, a candy shop, and DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub here in the city.
You got us completely covered. Now, what did you bring here?
Yes, so this is our #1 seller. This is our white chocolate raspberry, and today it's gluten-free. And so we brought that so everybody can try it.
I'm calling dibs for the station. Go ahead.
And then on your side is our mocha cappuccino. That's my favorite. It's coffee, chocolate, and cheesecake. Like, what else do you need? And that one's our vegan gluten-free today. And then this is our brand new for Valentine's Day. It's our cheesecake charcuterie board. It does not come on that fancy platter. You put it together. Comes in a box. You put it on your own little fancy plate. And then this is our brand new cheesecake that literally just made yesterday.
Yeah,
this is his
brand new
creation.
debut. It's a chocolate cookie crust. We take our cheesecake, we put my ganache in it, make it a chocolate cheesecake. I put chocolate buttercream around the side, and then I put raspberry pastry filling on top of that.
It's called Chocolate Raspberry Supreme.
Okay, there might be some fights in the studio. Sherry, if people want to be a part of this program next season, what is it? I'm already calling it out. What do they need to do?
Absolutely. So definitely check out the Chicago Bears website. We'll probably start this campaign again pre-season, so we're ready to go. Definitely, we are looking for businesses that have really just elevated. They're connected to their community. They drive positive economic change, and they truly are uplifting the communities that we live in. So that's what we like to celebrate and uplift.
Thank you for what you've done. Continue to do what you do. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing many, many more small businesses highlighted next season. 9:28, we'll be right back.
Your go-to source.
6:31 on the eve of the playoff game. We are so excited about that. If I'm a little bit distracted, it's because literally 12 feet away from me right now is an entire chocolate Portillo's cake. You guys stay away from my cake. No, they're trying to waft the 6:31. Did I say 6:31? That's because I was so distracted by the presence of the Portillo's cake. Oh, man. All right. So here's the deal. Bears in action tomorrow night. Kickoff a little bit after 7 o'clock. There might be a snow shower at some point, but there's going to be folks are not going to be out there, dusting off the seats. The field is going to be green and not covered with white. Temperatures are going to be chilly, and there will be a wind out there. Maybe enough to impact the kicking game. I think both of these quarterbacks are strong enough, though, to spin that ball through these winds. But temperatures, by the time the Bears wrap up their victory, will be in the upper 20s. Right now, as we show you Soldier Field in the background at O'Hare, little light rain coming through here. We've been kind of tracking that this morning, and it is in the area. It's not a big deal. Nothing like what we had last night, thank goodness. West-northwest winds sustained to 21. We're still seeing some stronger gusts. I'll show you some of those here in just a little bit. But at times, we've seen some 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. These are the current temps, which have dropped big time into the 40s. The strongest wind looks like Gary at 44 miles per hour. We saw a 55-mile-an-hour gust early this morning at O'Hare. Still windy, but they're dying down slowly but surely. All right, so here's the last little piece of the storm system that we dealt with yesterday. A couple of light rain showers, almost done with that. You can actually see the clearing that is taking place. We're going to have a sunny afternoon, and if it weren't so windy, it'd be really a pretty nice day out there with temperatures in the 40s. Yeah, it's not the 60 that we had back at midnight when we nailed the record high for this date, but sunshine and 40s in January, that's not a bad proposition. Well, it doesn't last long. Tomorrow, here's the next storm system, and this one will be producing some light snow, which will have a difficult time sticking because of how warm the ground has been. Air temperatures are not going to be that cold. May even be a little bit of rain mixing in, but you're going to see snow falling at some point tomorrow. I think by the Bears game, the snow is out of here, and then on Sunday, it's just mostly sunny and cold with highs barely above freezing. Today, we're going for a high of 60. It happened already. Tied the record. Rest of the day in the 40s, but skies will clear. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy with a low of freezing. That's a normal high this time of year. Not much of a warm-up tomorrow. 38 degrees with some light snow and rain. 32 on Sunday. Back into the 40s Monday and Tuesday. Ahead of a rain to snow event Tuesday night and Wednesday. Not a big snow, though. Let's look at a couple of pictures and a very neat video. First, sunrise over Valparaiso. Greg O'Neill giving us a look at that spectacular sky. Absolutely lit up there before the sun rose. I've mentioned this so many times for you photographers that are looking for a great sunrise. Go out there when there's some clouds to light up and be in place before the sun actually rises. Photo number 2. Oh, dear. Hello there. This is from Wendy Metcalf. See what I did there? Oh, dear. Is it still 6:30 in the morning, or did it become 9:30 in the morning? Yeah, I'll tell you what. That deer is looking at that bird seed going, I could jump over that fence, Wendy, and I'm going to come over there and get some of that bird seed. Thank you for that shot, Wendy. And check out this video from last night. This is from Randy Bearden and Joliet, and shows how heavily it was raining. That light post is swaying there. Really gusty stuff. And if you missed it, O'Hare, 1.92 inches of rain, and that was a record for the day. And that led to some of the flooding that we saw. All right, Brian.
Well, time is now 9:34 this morning. Nick Reiner is facing murder charges for the deaths of his parents, Hollywood legend Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. But TMZ says that there's some critical evidence that could result in a not guilty verdict from a potential jury. Here to break down the latest details is TMZ executive producer Harvey Levin. Good morning to you, Harvey.
Hey, Brian.
So TMZ is reporting that Nick Reiner was stable before a medication change. So what are your sources telling you about what went wrong after that change of medications was made?
Well, I have to back it up a bit. For years, Nick had undiagnosed a mental illness called schizoaffective disorder. And this is a really serious mental disease that has schizophrenia-like symptoms, including hallucinations and delusions, also has mood disorders like manias, severe depression. Around 2020, he was diagnosed, formally diagnosed, we're told, with schizoaffective disorder, and he was put on meds. And the meds were working. A month before the murders, doctors changed the meds. We know why, and you will see that in the documentary. And I think for many, it will shock you why they changed it. But it sent him off the rails, and he became increasingly erratic, dangerous. Rob and Michelle knew it. They saw it. They talked to people about it. They feared it. And it got worse and worse and worse. And a month after that happened, he killed Rob and Michelle. And I say he killed them because there's really not much of an issue here. He, we're told, is acknowledging what he did. He knows what he did. He does not understand why it was wrong because he is just still in this kind of delusional state. He doesn't understand why he's in jail right now. He thinks there's a conspiracy against him that landed in jail. And so the meds still aren't right. But when his former lawyer got up and said he's going to be found not guilty, that's code for not guilty by reason of insanity.
So, Harvey, where does this case stand right now from a legal standpoint? Because I believe I understand one of his lawyers actually left his defense.
Yeah, Alan Jackson, who was his lawyer, withdrew from the case. A public defender now has it. My guess, and I think it's a good one, is that there will be another private attorney who comes into the case. We are told right now he's incompetent to stand trial. He literally cannot understand the nature of what's going on, can't assist in his defense. I also think that's going to change once his meds get right and they stabilize him. So ultimately, I think there will be a trial here. But right now, we're told he's just incompetent to stand trial.
And Harvey, where can our viewers find this documentary later tonight?
So it is on Fox tonight at 7 o'clock, and then tomorrow it drops on Hulu.
All right, Harvey Levin reporting from TMZ on the latest on the case for Nick Reiner. Thanks so much for your time this morning. All right, time's now 9:38. We got much more to come here on Orange Friday, including a visit from our friends from Portillo's. That's still to come this morning.
Boom! I got rear-ended.
Boom!
Big Orange Friday, and Portillo's is ready for the Big Bears Packers wild card game tomorrow night. Here to tell us about some of the things they're cooking up, literally, for game day is Vice President and culinary and strategy expert Garrett Kern. This segment brought to you by Portillo's. Garrett, thanks for coming in today and bringing me the chocolate cake. Thank you, everybody, for what? All right, no, we'll save that for the end. Catering is a big deal for you, especially big events, holidays. What are some of the items that are going to be extra popular maybe this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for tailgating in the parking lot or watch party at home, we have a lot of great catering options at Portillo's. Our fast packs, which we have a couple of here, beef sandwiches, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, great in a pinch when you need to feed, 8 to 15 people or so.
Or 3 really hungry people.
Absolutely. We have some of our other fast packs here are chicken tenders. Chicken is not something you often associate with Portillo's, but we have some great chicken offerings. And to celebrate the Bears and all of their comeback victories, we've launched this comeback sauce, which is like a tangy, peppery chicken dipping sauce. And it's great with our chicken tenders, our onion rings, and our fries.
All right, and then we have a little item over here, which I'm nicknaming the number 2. That's not what Portillo's is calling it. What do we have down here in front?
Yeah, so this is the DJ Moore meal. We partnered with DJ Moore to bring his favorite meal to all of our guests. It is a Italian beef sandwich with sweet and hot peppers. We add shredded cheese to it, of course.
I wonder why. And it is special for the Packers matchup here.
Absolutely. And then it comes with a cheese fry and a Coke. So you could order that at any Portillo's restaurant or for delivery on Uber Eats.
Okay, and if we go up to the counter and say, give me the DJ Moore, do all of the staff know what the heck we're ordering?
They will know what you're ordering.
Okay.
And then one of the easiest ways to order it is to order on the kiosk.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so go to the kiosk, and they've actually got like a hot button for the DJ Moore?
It's right there front and center, and the kiosk is really easy because you could sign up for our loyalty program and get rewards.
All right. You talked about the tenders here, which, as you mentioned, is kind of like something a little different off of the traditional kind of Portillo's mindset there. These onion rings look fantastic, and do you suggest going with the comeback sauce on those too? Or?
Yeah. Now, the comeback sauce right now is available to our Perks members, our loyalty club members. It'll be, the end of the month, it'll be available to everybody. It's delicious with our cheese sauce, which comes in this jumbo variety for when you have that jumbo group at your house, or when whether you're drowning your sorrows or celebrating the Bears' victory.
There will be no drowning sorrows, Garrett. Don't even bring
Absolutely
that up.
not. No. What you could do is you can go to portillos.com/catering. We have a helpful little quiz that shows you what's the best combination of items for you, or you can call 1-866-YUM-BEEF.
Oh, well, that's a way to secure a perfect phone number for that. What's this brown thing?
Well, this brown thing, of course, is our famous chocolate cake. Extra moist, baked and frosted in-house every single day. I was just at a restaurant this morning, and it smells like chocolate all the time in the morning.
It is insanely good. I mean, does anybody go to Portillo's and not get a slice of chocolate cake just to kind of back up the whole process?
You got to get one just as a reward afterward.
Right, exactly. All of this other stuff for me is just the appetizer leading up to the chocolate cake. Garrett, you're going to be watching the game where tomorrow night? Besides, be on our channel, by the way, Fox Chicago. But are you going to be watching at home, or are you going to be busy working?
I'm going to be watching at home, maybe with some Portillo's, staring intently at the TV and, watching the Bears cruise to victory.
All right. I don't want to hear that Garrett Kern threw an onion ring at the TV because Christian Watson ran free in the secondary of the Bears game. Garrett, thanks for coming in here and showing us all the wonderful things that Portillo's has to offer. Catering, or go to one of their stores, but don't leave without some cake. If you've never, who has not had their chocolate cake? It's just an item. Jake Hamilton is missing out on all of this delicious food, but he is not missing out on the fun. He's in Arlington Heights at St. Viator, the home of the Lions. What's going on there, Jakey?
That's right, guys. We are continuing our celebration of all the local high schools who are feeling Bears fever. They are getting ready to bear down here at St. Viator. And it's easy to do that when your head coach is the all-time leading scorer for the Bears. We're live. Robbie Gold coming up next right here on Good Day Chicago.
$10 million in a pedestrian accident.
Welcome back. Chicago Bears have had their most successful season in quite some time. Right? We're hoping it will continue beyond tomorrow.
But for many players, it's about finding success on and off the field. Jake stopped by Carmel High School early this morning, and now he's with a former player at St. Viator High School, where they are making a big difference in the community. Jake, who have you got with? I recognize the greatest kicker in Bears history there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and say it. It's easy to say, yeah, former Bears player, arguably one of the greatest of all-time leading scorer. Robbie Gould joins us this morning, head football coach here at St. Viator. First of all, dude, an honor. Thank you for taking the time, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here this morning. I appreciate it.
Okay, talk a little bit about so many lessons you learned over the course of your career on the field. What are some of the most important lessons that you learned that you thought it was important to kind of pass on to the next generation of players?
Yeah, when I decided that I wasn't going to play football anymore, I was kind of helping coach a little bit. I had a friend of mine ask me, do you want to get into this kind of full time? And the biggest thing for me getting into high school football is to help young kids learn the attributes that you need. If you want to go play football in college, awesome. And if not, everything that we're trying to instill in our kids is discipline, hard work, accountability. First of all, being an awesome academic person. Second, being a great human being. And then third, we can think you can be a great athlete. So to me, it's just awesome to be able to continue to develop the game in the area. But more importantly, it's fun to be around groups of kids who are truly like making a difference, not only like in our community, but just in the general community in which they live in or they're a part of.
I think that's a cool lesson, because I'd imagine here at St. Viator, yes, if you can help someone be a great football player, that's fantastic. But it's also kind of on you in a way to also help them be great people too.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, like it all starts with culture, right? You know, whenever you come into a new job, you have to reestablish the culture of what that looks like. And, you know, what we're doing here at St. Viator as a football program is really a hybrid between what I learned in the NFL and some college stuff that we've done with people that I know, just from core principles and values of what our philosophy is our team GPA is a 3.55. Yeah. At St. Viator High School, every kid goes to college and gets accepted. Think about that for a minute. That's pretty exciting. So outside of that is our school really believes in service. So each level from senior to freshman year, they have a certain number of hours that they have to complete. And that's just us trying to get into the community and really showcase our kids in the school. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, sports are going to end.
Sure.
I'm sitting here, I don't play anymore, right? I had a nice 18-year career, it was awesome. But at the end of the day, like, you can make an impact just walking around saying hello to somebody or just interjecting into someone's life. And for me, that's what I hope these kids do.
Well, we have a perfect example of someone who's doing just that. Shane Smith, come on over, offensive lineman.
Defensive lineman.
I was told offensive lineman.
Defensive
lineman.
He's a wrestler. He just got a big pin the other night. Not only that, he's also has one of the highest honors as an Eagle Scout. So, as his PR guy.
And you're doing it great. Is that like the next transition? You're going into PR?
Yeah, this is our legendary junior offense and defensive lineman.
And not just that, Shane, you just received Shane is maybe the most humble person I've ever met. And I told him, dude, on TV, it's not the time for humility. Brag about the award that you just received.
I just won the Arlington Heights Heart of Gold Award, which in this community is a very big honor for us. So I won into the section called Young Champion, which is high school to middle schoolers. So there's a huge competition for this. So you got to remember, like, there's Jill who lives down the street who just like rebuilt a park bench. And then there's Bob who lives on the other side of town who just built birdhouses. But I feel like it's just such a great honor to give back to the community and to help others when I can. And that's what St. Viator is. We're helping our brother next to us, helping a younger classman who needs, like, can you please give me a ride to this sporting event? Like, I would love to do that for you.
Well done. Well done. You're doing a hard job. Really quick, guys, before we go, we're getting the hard wrap. I got to ask really quick, Bears predictions.
I think it's going to be an awesome game. You got 4 unbelievable coordinators. The Packers, unfortunately, have been pretty banged up recently. If the Bears can run the football, I like the Bears winning by 2 touchdowns.
There you go.
But I do think the new rivalry with Ben and LaFleur is going to be a lot of fun to watch for years to come.
Final score?
I'm not biased, but I'm going to have to say 90-0 Bears.
That sounds, you know what? I think that's good. I think that's a good call. Well done. All right, guys, live out here with legend, legend in the making as we toss it back to you guys. And the 90-0 Bears sounds right to me.
It does. And so does a 3-5-5 for every player on the football team.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's
good work over
fantastic.
there.
I'm excited to hear our next performer, and He's going to play one of my favorite songs.
Hey, you know what? From sports legends to musical legends right here. And I wore this for the Bears, but when you're interviewing a musical superstar, we end up matching. I love it. Najee has established himself as one of the most accomplished saxophonists and flautists of all time, working with massive artists like Quincy Jones, Prince, Purple Rain, Shaka Khan, Herbie Hancock, and so many more. And this weekend, he is bringing all of his smooth jazz to the Windy City. But of course, he had to stop by our studio first. Najee, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Anita.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's an honor, really, to have you here. We are so excited about having you in Chicago this weekend.
Yes.
I have tickets, although I might be trying to, do this number while watching you tomorrow. But what's your favorite part of being in Chicago?
Well, I have, my father was from here. Actually, he was a classical musician, and so I have my heart is here, on one side of my family. So.
Part of the city, yeah. And I mentioned a few of the people that you worked with for your career, but what have been, I'm sure there have been a lot, but what have been some of the highlights?
Oh, God, we don't have enough time. But
Right.
honestly, working with Prince, since you mentioned him, was one. Shaka. She gave me my first gig out of college when I had no money. She put me in a band, So
I've heard that a few times about Shaka. Yeah. You've got a new album out called Under the Moon and Over the Sky.
That's right.
Tell us about the name and what goes into it.
Well, what can I say? This is an album as a tribute to the late Angela Bofield. She wrote that song. We feature Regina Bell on 2 of the songs, Will Downing, Eric Roberson, and so many others, that are on this record. It was collaborative. Did part of the record in Brazil, some in London, some in New York, and it turned out well. So I'm very excited. I'm going to be performing some of it tomorrow night.
All right. And speaking of that, are tickets still available? I know there were only a few seats when I
Right. Yeah, I think there are. Please try.
City Winery, everybody. If you're not sold out, make sure you make it there.
Yes.
Take it away.
All right.
Ends it at work, I'm a